Well. Welcome to the practice log. My name is Mac. If you don't know what a practice log is, well, you're probably not a native English speaker, so hola. But practice log is, I've been wanting to get more structured in my practice and more intentional about pushing myself to improve, right? So I thought I could either make a journal where I write down all my practice and what I do, and that to keep me accountable and keep pushing forward. Or I can make YouTube videos, and only one of those has the opportunity to make me money in the future, so I thought I'd go with this. Anyway, what I wanted to do for this video was first answer some questions that I've been seeing in the comments, and then kind of go over what I'm going to practice, and then after that I'll practice, probably show some clips, and then we'll wrap it up. So let's get straight into the comments. Alright, I'm using my laptop to read comments because my phone is filming me, because this is a total amateur situation right now. And I'm gonna probably start making these consistently, so I am gonna make this background better. It sucks right now. I just don't have time today to pretty it up, but I'm thinking this weekend I'll make a nice background for it. I'm gonna start doing these. So let's go with some comments. At T-51 asks, can you play any other instruments? And I think that depends on what you mean by play. Like, can I pick up other instruments and make sounds on them that are like generally harmonious? Yeah, I can do that. Like I can play piano. You know, I have finger dexterity to push down keys plus theory knowledge enough so that I can like play chords and do stuff, but I can't play any songs. I mean, I can bang out like Amazing Grace on piano or guitar. But like, I don't practice them. So I would say with a lot of other instruments, I don't play them, but I can, I could get into playing them pretty easily. You know, I could fake it if I was forced to. And I think the further you get into music, the more you realize that. It's like you have your main instrument where you know you have your repertoire, and like that's the one you're serious at, right? And that's banjo for me, if you couldn't tell from the name of the channel. And then you have a whole bunch of other instruments that like are adjacent to yours, that you can sort of play. Because like if you play a fretted stringed instrument, you can pretty much play them all. Like once every single string is the same, they just start at different points, right? So you can just kind of fake it on other stringed instruments, and like I could get decent at guitar in a couple months because I know how to fret notes. I know how to pick notes with my fingers anyway. I'm not great with the pick. And then piano, like I can press down the keys because I played piano as a kid. And I've got all the theory knowledge, and the more theory knowledge you have, the more you can apply it to different instruments, right? And just be naturally better at them because you understand how music works as a language, right? So yeah, that's kind of a long-winded, wishy-washy answer. But can I play any other instruments? No. And yes, but I don't practice any other instruments. Can I play other instruments? Yes. Do I practice other instruments? No. Also bass. Bass, bass is pretty easy to fake. You can just do like half note lines in jams if you know the chords. And anyways, let's keep moving on. From Instagram, at Amelia Cheris asks, can you make another album, please? No, I'm never making another album. No, I'm kidding. I would like to make another album. My last one and my first one came out in January, I think, and I'm glad that I did it, but I wouldn't say that I'm proud of it as a product, right? Like, I'm proud that I did that because there's so many musicians that are like, want to make an album, but it never really happens, you know? A lot of creative people are like that, where they talk about it a lot. And that's great, but that's not what I want it to be. So I just kind of buckled down and made it happen. So I'm proud that I did that, but frankly, it's the mix that I cannot listen. I can't listen to it because the mix is so amateurish, and that makes me feel ashamed and dead inside. And it's not that bad. It's a learning process. I learned a lot from it. Next time, it will be better. But not really proud of that as an artistic work. But I'm glad that I did it despite that. So what I'm saying is, don't listen to that because it doesn't reflect who I am as an artist. No, I mean, do go listen to it. I get 5 cents if you listen to the whole thing on Spotify. That's before taxes and before distributor fees. So realistically, I get like 1.5 cents. 1.5 cent. 1.5 pennies, which I guess they aren't even making pennies anymore. So do I even get anything? I don't know. Anyway, let's keep going. At Yo Mama Man says, did you write this song? Yes. At Jose Fontal says, wohin int first du uns, which translates to, where are you taking us? Nowhere. I am not taking you anywhere. Do not come near me. I am not a bus driver or anything like that. At killbot5000.exe, this is a little off topic, but if you ever download a file onto your laptop or any sort of computer that has that name, do not open it. That will melt your computer. This person says, you should do tutorial short videos. Well, maybe not. Should. I would like it, though. Now, I replied and asked if there was anything in particular that this person wanted a tutorial on, and they have not gotten back to me. So, Killbot5000exe, if you're watching this, please comment and say what you would like tutorials on. Because I like doing longer form videos. I've been mostly doing shorts. But this is fun. I want to keep doing this. And, David Patrick 1813 asks, do you play with open mic nights or play in a band? I do not. I wish I could find a band. Unfortunately, I live in an area with not much music that wants a banjo in it. So I have not been able to find a band or many people to play with, honestly. I do have a gig tomorrow, which I don't really know the material for, so I do need to get on that after we get through this little Q&A session. But just like a band that I play with all the time, no. I wish I had that, but I do not. At Robert Fitzpatrick 7569 says, beats time playing video games or playing with yourself. Hell, kid, I'm 52. Had I listened to mine own advice, I'd have at least 30 years of playing an instrument under my belt by now. Just might have mastered the instrument I decided to play, if I was any good. Thinking emoji, monocle emoji, thinking emoji. Imagine the possibilities. Shrug emoji, thinking emoji, shrug emoji. Keep after it. Hell, just might. Shh emoji. Land you a purty little filly. Shrug emoji, facepalm emoji, shrug emoji. That being the worst case scenario. Job, scream emoji. Who frickin' knows? Thanks for the comment, Robert. At Anna Konarski Handley 2900 says, you should learn when Irish eyes are smiling. No, I've never even heard that song. I don't think it's a banjo song, so sorry. At Villa Maxtelius 1170 says, hits me right in the soul. You have the ability to make art that moves. I pray this ends up on Spotify. Thank you. I really appreciate that. And it is up on Spotify right now. You can go find the album that I was just dogging on and saying sucked and listen to it. It's called Why Not? So yeah, if you want to go listen to an album that I hate and wish to not have my name on it, go do that. At Paul Drummond 225 says, well played, Matt. Your banjo sounds fabulous. I have always liked Dogs Do, and will have to get back to playing it again after watching you. Cheers, bud. Dogs Do. I've not played Dogs Do in a long time. Let's see if I can do that. Okay, Dogs Do. It's close enough. Okay. Okay, I can't play this. That's something like that, but I haven't played that in a long time. Oh, it's it. Yeah, I can't play this anymore. That sucks. Biker for Jesus says, "Sir, that is a rather unnecessarily controversial statement to make. Are you sure you want to stake your reputation on it?" This was on my video that says my banjo is better than guitar. And all I can say to that is yes. Banjo is way better than guitar, and that's just the truth. At FreeConAF asks, "Why does the first 7 seconds sound so familiar?" This is a song that I did. I don't know. Maybe you listened to it before I wrote it or something. At Sherlock Homie 4696 asks, "How much practice did it take to get you where you are now with playing banjo? Great tune, brother." An actual serious question. A lot, and that's all I can really tell you. I've been playing for 4 years, I think, something like that. And it's a lot of practice, it's a lot of work, but also a lot of learning. So there's the whole practicing skills, but there's also learning about those skills existing, right? So probably a couple thousand hours at this point, not like 10,000 or whatever, but probably a couple thousand at least, because I practice almost every day. So, and I think that's good for the Q&A section of this video. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments of this video, but let's get into the practicing portion of the practice log, which is actually what it's about. So today I have a gig tomorrow where I'm playing Kindersniz. It's songs from childhood, Schumann. I don't know what the opus number is or anything, but I'm playing that. I'm playing Sheep May Safely Graze, which is Bach, and I'm playing Jesu Joy Man's Desiring. I've got the Kindersons and songs from childhood figured out. That's my part. I'm playing the gig with the guitarist, and he's playing the arpeggio. He's playing the arpeggios underneath that. And he sent me a sound file of him playing the arpeggio, so I might just practice it with that. Not sure how well you're going to be able to hear this with the banjo, but I will just try and play along with this. For the practice, this is the one I need to practice the least because it's pretty easy. What I really need to do is Sheep May Safely Graze. But we'll just run through this real quick and see how it goes. So, not perfect. That's a performance that I would be fine playing at the gig tomorrow, but would not want to record, right? So, if that makes sense. Not perfect, but acceptable for a live gig, right? So, now, let's get to the serious stuff, which is Where Sheep May Safely Graze. So, I'm actually headed to rehearsal with this guitarist right after this video to get our arrangement worked out, because it's a piano piece and it kind of has 3 parts in some areas, so it's not as easy as like me doing the right hand and him doing the left hand, but it's in B flat. So I just need to figure out my parts, which I'm mainly doing the melody, and then there's also this high part. Ooh. That part, and it's an octave up in the piano, but I ran out of fretboard room, unfortunately. I could do it on this stupid thing, but I've been fighting the setup on this thing for a long time, and I can't quite get it to where I like where it sounds, so I'm just gonna stick with this and do it an octave down. Since I'm kind of responsible for playing the melody, and this, there are parts in the song where both are going at the same time, and with the arrangement, when you're arranging anything for instruments that it's not supposed to be played for, different instruments have different limitations, right? So it's way easier on the piano to play 2 things at once than it is on banjo. So since I'm learning this one day out from the gig, which couldn't be helped, unfortunately, I'm probably going to have to sacrifice the less important thing in order to get the more important thing in, right? So unfortunately, there are probably going to be parts where this is supposed to be playing, and I'm just not going to be able to do it because I have the melody. Ugh. Yeah, I need to practice for seriousness. But yeah, that's just something to keep in mind in arranging, is always have a hierarchy of what's important and what you sometimes have to sacrifice, right? So I think I'll just play along with the recording as far as I can and see how it goes. Again, I don't know how much you're going to hear with the recording. I'll make this better in the future, but I just kind of got excited about this practice log idea and wanted to make one without the kind of production quality that will hopefully be coming. And by production quality, I mean background that doesn't look like total crap, and maybe some rudimentary editing. So anyway. Okay, it's kind of hard to practice something you don't know, so I'm going to devote some time to actually learning that, and then I will be back, play it through again. Okay, I've been practicing it for maybe like 20 minutes, so not great, but just give a little progress update and then talk about it a little bit. See how it goes. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're just gonna restart that. here's the first part. That wasn't awful, but it was not. That was neither recording good or gig good. But it's getting there. I think after the rehearsal tonight, that part will be good. I don't even know the rest of the piece. That's like a fifth of it. So I'll keep working on that until I have to leave for the rehearsal in 44 minutes. Pro tip, try and get more than 2 days notice on gigs where you gotta play Bach. Speaking of Bach, the other piece I have to learn is Jesus, Joy Man's Desiring, which I knew back in the day. I learned it off some weird tab that I found on Banjo Hangout, and I'm just trying to get it back in my fingers. So it's something like. Yeah, I just need to get that back in my fingers. I used to have a up the neck version. Oh, I used to do those two notes like that. That was hard. Yeah, I'm not gonna try and mess with that, because again, I have like more than 12 hours, but like 18 hours until the gig, so I'm just gonna try and get this back in my fingers. Yeah, I need to work on this. I'll give you a quick update right before I leave for the rehearsal, and then we'll call the video, so I will be right back. Okay, I've been practicing for about 10 minutes. Unfortunately, something else came up, so my practice time will be cut short before the rehearsal, but I'll just show that 10-minute progress on Jesus, Joy Man's Desiring. Like I said, I did used to know it, so what this is basically me like trying to get it back in my hands rather than learning it. So it's still pretty rough, but I think if I play it a few more times, then I'll have it most of the way back. So let's just see if I can get most of the way through it. Okay, pretty dang rough. I need to keep playing through that, but I do not have time now. So I'm just going to call it here. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, throw them down in the comments, and I will see you next time and let you know how the gig goes. So I will see you later. Bye-bye.